Welcome to Open Mind Industries podcast, The Mind Unleashed. Sit back, relax, and unleash your mind. Hey guys, welcome to episode 46 of The Mind Unleashed, I believe. I'm pretty sure I just checked the iPhone, so it should be episode 46. Anyway, as we always do, let's give a few shout-outs to our supporters. The first one is Lyft, the ride-sharing app. Use our code TMUP, and you'll get $20 off your first 4 rides with Lyft. If you're not in the Orlando area, just type that code in, and you'll get a discount in your area. That one will apply, as far as I know. Also, please check out CAS. CAS stands for Cinematic Aerial Services. What Daniel Reisenberg does is cinematic drone shooting for residential shooting, weddings, special occasions. More likely, what he's been doing now is he's working with real estate to get houses on the market and better photo photography for them. So if you're trying to get your house on the market and better film for your clients, use our code OMI. And you'll get $179 per property, so I'll help you hook you with a nice video package so your clients can get a better understanding of what they're getting into when they're buying their first home or their new home. Also, please check out Weeds Productions. Weeds Productions is a local photography company that does weddings, special occasions, stuff like that. He's been doing amazing wedding photo shoots and stuff like that. You get your wedding done correctly. Use our code OMI and you'll get 20% off when you book your next wedding package with him. Also, please check out Strum & Law. Strum & Law has hooked us up with our trademark and branding. So we're all registered with the USPTO as a official SM service mark for 3D printing, and a registered trademark is taken care of there. Also, please check out Angie Connors. Angie Connors hooked us up, helping us find our new home. And she's been amazing, man. Really down to earth real estate agent. If you are looking to get a really good agent to take care of you and really understand how the market works, you know, if it's your first home, check her out. Links will be down in the description, and you'll click on those, and they'll hook you up. Welcome, guys. Welcome to episode 46. It has been a fun week for me. I literally got out of a meeting with Formlabs, I want to say the other day. Yeah, the other day. And for those who don't know what Formlabs is one of the biggest companies that does SLA printing. If you check out the documentary, I believe it's called like Printing the World or something like that. I may be totally wrong on the actual title, but you'll actually see the founder of Formlabs, working on getting his printer off the ground, the Kickstarter, and getting it just running, and about 2 years later, back 2016, the Form 2 came out, and it's a little bit bigger, a little bit, resin printing. And, what they do is 3D Labs, or 3D Systems, is one of the biggest companies in the world that does SLA, FDM, all that shit. So, if you watch the documentary, you'll see Formlabs really working their asses off trying to get their name brand out there. But the meeting that I had with Formlabs the other day was about their... I asked for a sample part, and for those of you who click on a lot of YouTube links, and if you're watching Tested and a lot of maker videos, the algorithm on YouTube pretty much sends you directly to their ads. So it's like, looking to iterate, looking to get some manufacturing in, check out Formlabs. We have wide arrangements of resin, stuff like that. Request a free sample at Formlabs. So I ended up doing that, and I was like, you know what, I'm really curious about this flexible resin. And not only that, pardon me. I was just curious. I was like, maybe I can work with them. Maybe I can try a printer out, stuff like that. Knowing darn well it probably wasn't going to happen, but, so I ended up getting a sample part of the flexible resin. Ended up getting it a day before the meeting on Thursday, and it's a little piece. It's got all these little nice little groups in it to test the flexibility and stuff like the durability. And I was kind of getting ready for the meeting. I had notes, and it was only about a 30-minute meeting that we had. I just sat down on the phone with a specialist that would pretty much pick out the right model for you, right resins for you, stuff like that. I'm not going to give the person's name because I think they're still awesome. Everybody there is cool. I just want to give my opinions on if you're trying to get into resin printing and stuff like that. Is this company right for you, and what to expect if you're planning on spending this kind of money. I also got off of Twitter and just talked with a few people on there, and I posted a video on Instagram and just spoke about my experience, because everybody kept asking me, "Oh, how'd the meeting go? How'd the meeting go?" It went okay. It was pretty much as I expected. Uh, I wasn't expecting much of anything, to be honest with you. I've been rejected more times than I can count. So, it's surprising when companies, and I will say the name of this company because they helped me out. NinjaFlex helped me out with the flexible, filament that I use for my crutches. And I'm testing it on pretty much doing a case study for their product. And I paid them back tenfold by buying more rolls of their damn filament because it's actually one of the best fucking FDM filaments out there in TPU and TPE. No bullshit, no anything. I mean, it's pretty expensive. I mean, it's expensive if you're buying a certain type of it. But yeah, man, oh my god, that filament is just fucking outstanding for what it's accomplished for me and my hands and the crutches and stuff like that. I still have some ideas with it. I'm still not done. I'm still not fucking done. I'm still not satisfied. I still got to print new hand grips, but I need to go into ZBrush and design. Anyway, the meeting went on as I expected it. I made, it's like, hey, so and so, please, pick a meeting out, pick a time that works for you, and da da da. So I had her call the business phone here in my cave. Um, and I thought I set it up for, I set it up for like 11, but I guess my calendar was like, no, 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 you set it up for like 3:30. So I ended up getting early up that morning because I had a print to do for a friend, client, Del Marie, for her nonprofit. To get the keychains done so they could give them to their the people, and she's like, yeah, people are really intrigued by these. I think this is probably gonna be good for the nonprofit, yada yada. So I ended up getting those knocked out, made them a little bit larger, and our final kind of iteration, so they can kind of see what we're gonna do for them, and hopefully it works out. And then their favor. Let me just check the camera to make sure it's recording. I just have a weirdness of it is cool. I don't know why I'm checking, but it's like I'm just checking all this new equipment. I'm not actually recording on the GoPro. I'm recording on the Logitech, CB22. But yeah, I mean, she called me, and like my business phone rang, which I was like, ugh. It's like a low ring, but on low ringer because it's like it wakes me up and stuff like that in the office. Anyway, so we called and we talked, and I had questions, but first, foremost, what is OpenMind? What are you guys doing? What's the game plan? So I explained that all to her, and I said, "This is what we're doing. We're in R&D," and they've already looked me up, so they already kind of knew. We're in R&D. This is what we do. This is our game plan. Down the road. I really am looking into resin pruning. However, the cost, man, I did like 4 to 5 days. I did over almost a year into resin printing research because people are asking me. I have friends that are in the fucking field of working for big companies. I can't say what companies they work for because, I don't want to name these fucking companies. But they work on building props for these companies and shit you walk into and see, and you're like blown the fuck away, and I'm just like, you're like, wow, that looks really cool. Like, how do they do that? You know, um, and I was also doing a meeting for them too. And I was also getting information for them because they're really intrigued by resin printing and shit like that. And I kind of was like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't And I still kind of am like, why the fuck wouldn't Form Ones help us out a little bit? Because in the end, if you help one person out, that person fucking can, you know, get your name out to everybody else. But I understand why they don't do that. It's profit over everything and stuff like that. It's a company. If they kept doing that, they'd be fucking out of business. But most companies aren't out of business because they do offer a little bit of assistance to those that are like, hey, this is our goal, this is our idea. And in the end, it looks good on them for fucking tax purposes, and it looks good on them business-wise to be like, listen, you can use our shit, but you need to post our shit, put our name in our shit, so it looks good on our bill, so we can even get, tax cuts for all that shit. So companies do that. I'm not saying all companies do it, but I understand why, So I already knew going into the meeting, it was like, I'm going to interview, and it's going to be nothing, it's going to be nothing, it's going to be a nothing meeting. We did speak about the resins and stuff like that, and the durability. She asked if I, bent it and stuff like that, and I did. I really kind of wanted to break it in because I wanted to see what it really felt like. My opinion of the simple part was really neat. However, I did break it in like 2 seconds because I'm like, oh crap. What it would be good use for, my opinion, would be for bike handles, for like stoppers for vibration, stuff like that. And she kind of spoke to me about that. We spoke about the the iterations that they were doing. And she's like, well, it's more like a car tire. Did you kind of get a feel for it? And I said, yeah, I did. I really felt like, it was really cool and, the thing, but I think it could be used for A, crutch tips, B, hand grips. And I really was kind of putting it, bluntly to them, I really want to test this. I really want to test this. I really want to test this. I really want to see, oh, well, maybe you can get a printer. Maybe you can, and that was kind of there. Let's feel the water. Let's see where you're going so we can kind of make a decision. And they already had a budget in mind. Days ahead, I already knew how much the printer was. The Form 2 goes for $3,500 by itself. That's just the cleaning kit, just the tubs that they give you. They give you a really nice kit. And then a thing of resin to try, and then you have to pay for another thing of resin. And resin is where it's fucking expensive. Flexible resin from them is about $199, $120 probably with tax and shipping to get it to you. It's 1 liter of resin, and 1 liter, if y'all don't know what that is, that's pretty fucking tiny. You think of about a thing of soda, think of, a 2 liter. Break that down to about 1 liter. So looking into resin printing and understanding it as much as I can understand it, it's not really good for it's good for prototyping. I mean, they keep pushing this fucking prototyping. And I went to Maker's Muse and a few other things that I like to follow because why not follow some really good sites and promote them too, what they're doing. And Maker's Muse, Angus pretty much stated, he's like, I got to try the Form 1, some other people got to try the Form 1. You have to learn how, and if you're not using resin, you need to learn how to make some holes, some systems in your model so it can drain out to save some of this fucking resin. It's not cheap. There's a few makers that did use it, and they're like, man, I love this fucking thing, man, but it's costing my clients quite a bit of money, but, the clients know what they're paying for. Would I buy the Form 1? Yeah, I would if I had the financial thing. What if I had the finances? But when the budget finally came down into the meeting of, kind of in my mind, really, to be honest, this whole meeting was all about that. Let's see what works for you. It came down to about $5,000. Now, when I did the tally number on the shopping cart the night before, it wasn't 5,000. It was about 3,600. Was it 3,600? Yeah, about $3,600. 3,600 with just the standard package. That's still not bad. Now, that's just for the standard package. Now, when you add in the trays and you add in, just other resins and then, other shit, that shit adds up. Or even when I did the math, and I spoke with her, and we spoke very honestly. I said, this is some really fucking expensive shit. And the reason why I'm looking into it is because I want to see how it would iterate in this procedure and that procedure. To be honest, I really would still love to look into resin. I still want to, and that's why I've literally, after our meeting, I kind of wrote her back, and I said, I'm still intrigued, but is there any way offer a trial system, just to try it out for like a month. I'm willing to pay for shipping, I'm willing to pay for the resins, I'm willing to pay for the tank if it need be. I just can't pay for the system at this moment, because the system's fucking $3,500, man. We don't have that kind of money. I don't have that fucking kind of money. I have other bills to pay. And unfortunately, I said, and I honestly wrote, I said, I already kind of know the answer, and wrote it in the email. I already know the answer, more than likely, but it never hurts to ask. And, yeah, she said, no, unfortunately, you're right, it never hurts to ask, but we don't offer that, But I should have realized, because Frank Ippolito, who is with Tested, Adam Savage's channel, and he has his own channel, too, Frank Ippolito. If you guys want to follow him on Twitter, it's Frank Ippolito. He's been at Comic-Cons, movies, he does a lot of makeup effects. He's had Rick Baker on Creature Geeks, which my buddy Trent recommended me to go to the podcast, and I did, and listened to it. It was fucking phenomenal to listen to the man, Rick Baker, talk about, Men in Black and stuff that he's worked on, and just a really chill conversation. It's like, just really chill, he's really relaxed, and he really talks about the industry, why he retired from the movie part of it. He hasn't retired from the makeup part of it, he's retired from the movie industry part of it, and he talks about all that. But a few months, about 4 or 5 months ago, Frank Ippolito, who runs a big fucking shop, makeup effects, and he works with all these companies, EA, he does all the commissions. He asked Formlabs for a test printer to try it out, see if it would work for his shop, if they could really use one and have it function. He was about to buy one. He's like, I don't want to throw money into this if it's not going to work. Pardon me, for our shop. And I talked to somebody else, and the same thing happened with them. I don't know why I didn't take the clues, like, hey, this company's not going to really help you. But I will say something that formlabs did offer for me in general. I have the person's number. We're still talking, and if it comes, so I wanted to say something about that real quick. They did offer to use our models and then give us a price on what SLA printing would cost between FDM printing. So she's like, no, we can run your models through our system and we can give you an estimate of how much everything would cost to give you kind of an insight. And I was like, that doesn't give me an insight of how much it costs. I want to see how the material functions. Is this worth it material? Can I F around with the size of the material? And these are the things I wanted to try, which no one has fucking done. I kept repeating that to her. No one has fucking done. And she goes, well, it's not really a hot topic material, which it should be a fucking hot topic material if you're dealing with those with disabilities and those in the medical field. Like, I don't understand the thing. That's one of my fucking gripes with it. But I should have listened because a friend of mine also asked for. He runs a big fucking makeup effect company too, here in Orlando. And Frank Polito said, he fucking tweeted about it on Twitter, and he goes, thanks formlabs for not fucking helping me out at least try a fucking test printer. I wanted to try it to see if it would work for our thing, and you guys have been not gracious to help us out. Like, what the fuck? He was about to buy one, like, right then and there, but he wanted to make sure before he jumped on it, because he would have bought it right then and there if it was in his shop, and he was like sold, if it was right for them, because they wanted to see. They do make them a lot of fucking molds and stuff like that. And this is why FDM printing is probably one of the easiest to get into, because you can get some really, really fine detail prints, but you can't get it like SLA. SLA is like second to fucking none, man. That's why people jump to SLA, because they can do up close parts of a model and then FDM something and then pop that on the resin and then vacuum form it, or they can resin cast it and then make multiple molds of it, which Frank Polito does, and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, like, I should have listened to that kind of thing and thinking, I did tweet on that. I was like, that kind of sucks that a company's not willing to, at least if you're a fucking legit buyer, to be like, hey, here you go, try our printer and let us know. I guess that just comes down to price and time and and then how much they have in stock, and then they're trying to make quantity, so it's getting their sales prices up. If I was honestly a company like that, like myself and Artsoft, we're trying to evolve a little bit, I would want somebody like myself. I would want somebody like an R&D. I would look more into it. Like I said, the meeting, I think it went as expected. But if you're just like somebody like Frank Polito or somebody like that who's a makeup effects artist, and you're running a big fucking company that's making a good chunk of money, why wouldn't you help them out? Especially I'm not saying we're great or anything. We're moving slowly but surely up the fucking ladder to do R&D effects and stuff like that. So we're trying to R&D certain products so we can get a better understanding. And I'm planning on doing a lot of note taking and stuff like that to put on the website, so I can give people kind of not in my ebook, but like kind of my opinion on filaments that would work for this and this and this. I work with like 6 fucking people that do large effects, and I kind of was like, I mentioned that to form. I'm like, I with this interview, I'm kind of like going to give my friends input on like what we're saying, because they're really fucking curious about the form 2 and the form 1, for their companies. And sadly, it didn't pan out the way I wanted, but it was more about like what this can form do for you and stuff like that. When the price came up to $5,000, I wasn't fucking shocked, because I already knew that. I already went on the website days ahead. I already went on, but I was really just kind of just curious on the flexible stuff. And like I said, what it was it for? Bike handles. It could be used for my hand grips. The question is, and it needs to be 100% infill. And when I broke the part a little bit, I can kind of see maybe where it didn't cure all the way. It probably wasn't left in the curator or whatever the fuck. They get this thing, the UV light thing, where they can cure it. It's like an oven. You just close the thing and it had a timer on it and shit. Which one of the guys that tested Adam Savage's page, when they run a 3D printing side of it, he ended up getting them, and he ended up showing how they actually function. He was like, dude, we live in California, and they work great, don't get me wrong, but if you don't need it, you could literally sit outside for a fucking minute in California, and you'll get blast of sun and UV rays. And then Maker use it the same thing with a couple other printers that he was talking about. It's the resin is very toxic. You need a lot of gloves. You need kind of a clean area, stuff like that. So I wouldn't need all that, curing station. I wouldn't need a fucking cleaning. I would need that little tub of propyl alcohol. I can't even pronounce of the alcohol bath. You need that to get all the shit off. But you don't need, the drying station and all that shit because I have enough. I live here in Florida, so fucking sunlight, no problem. Not at all. I can just leave it on the table outside and we fucking done in like 3 seconds because that's how hot and crazy it is here. Um, but yeah, I mean, the meeting went okay. It went as I thought. And Form, like I said, they offered, the specialists offered to take our prototypes in question, our hand grips, stuff like that we haven't coming in mind, and then run them through their slicer, and then they'll let us know what the cost would be, what they would recommend, stuff like that to help us out. And that was kind of like a black, because I already got the dang slicer software on my computer, so I can easily do that myself. But yeah, it was very nice that they thought about that, but at the same time, it's kind of, am I a little bitter? Yeah, because I really wish, they would have at least said, hey, no, you can't afford one, but if you can afford it for this price, we could probably let you borrow one for a little bit to try it out. And I think that's just me. I'm going on a lot of YouTube stuff and stuff like that, and doing a lot of R&D research on all these fucking thinners. And it kind of sucks when companies are like, no, we don't allow that. Well, you let this fucking YouTuber have one, you let this person have one, yeah, but they get like 600,000 views. I'm like, yeah, but they're not testing things that I want to test, I really want to break your printer in and let people know, especially in R&D, and then you'll get it back, I'm not gonna fucking break your printer. But it looks good on that company too, it's like I wrote Creality the other day, I wrote Stain Satin, or like wrote that company the other day, wrote 2 other companies the other day, still waiting on replies. Creality did get back to me. They stated that no, they don't give out, free samples or like that. However, they told me to get a hold of the marketing department if I wanted to review something, so I did. Wrote them 2 emails, still haven't gotten back to me yet. So, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm kind of running down the road of like, why don't you guys want to talk? Like, let me break in your fucking printer. Let me, in general, as a person that's looking to better the world. Because, dude, I keep fucking saying this. Any advertising is good advertising. If it's good, bad, ugly. If I'm finding things that you're not finding, if your R&D team is not fucking finding, that's amazing. I can run it back to you. I did the same thing with NinjaFlex, and they've been fucking outstanding. I found, things that I'm learning with it, taking notes, and I've sent back to Ninja, and they've been fucking more than gracious, and I've been more than thankful to them for giving me the opportunity. Mostly everybody in the department I've talked to is gone. There's another guy I'm talking to now who's product marketing manager, and he's been fucking amazing. He's like, man, any questions? He's like, the only thing we're going to ask from you is, can we take the photos from your Instagram? I was like, yeah, go ahead, man, take them. You guys earned them, you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have got into this filament, and I wouldn't have tested it on this road. I love fucking NinjaFlex, man. It is amazing as a TPU TP, and it's very cost effective for those in need. So like I was talking with them at Formlabs, I was like, the reason why we got in. I didn't tell her what company no, I did. I said we're working with like NinjaFlex and stuff like that. And she's like, she was like, how did it have a 3D? Because the email that they sent you, they kept emailing me and emailing me, so I had to fucking respond. Because it was like, oh, don't forget to buy a Formlab. It's like, I asked for a sample part. You guys can stop fucking emailing me. They really hard sell. Hard sell. Hard sell. Hard sell. Hard sell. Hard sell. I know it's an algorithm. It's an automatic bot that's sending them to you. But God, Jesus. To be honest, if I had, the $4,000 to pump into that printer, would I, yes and no. I would look for other avenues because there's other printers out there that work just as good. And maybe if not better. Like it's like the MakerBot of, resin printers. It's kind of like, would you go to MakerBot? Yeah, I would, but the Creality CR10 is probably one of the better now for a hobbyist or makers or R&D specialist like myself. It allows you to do more on the go. But I also saw another resin printer that's on GearBest. It's a little shitty one. It's not great, but it will do the job. So I'm debating on getting one of those, and it's like $300. But then I saw the Creality one, that's like $500, and I'm like, so I emailed Creality. I'm like, dude, I want to try one of your fucking printers so bad, and I already own like 2 of your minis for a lot of my R&D testing and a lot of our 3D printing stuff that we do for clients and stuff like that. And again, like I said, I wanted to speak about, the SLA stuff because it's it's super fucking expensive, and I know what I was getting into. So if you guys are looking in, and I was on Twitter, and Tom Solander was just talking about the another printer. If I could pop the article up, I just want to tell you what printer it's gonna be, because he was like, "Rest in peace, Formlabs," and I was like, kind of funny, because I was just talking with him the other day, and this is from an article. I think back in a couple of days ago. I'm on friends with a guy called 3D Printing Dad, and on Twitter. Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, so Tom Solander. Let me click on the article that he wrote. So it's the Persa SL1 is announced to come out with many other features, actually, without a higher price tag. So let me click on this, actually, so I can read this to you guys. So Persa is coming out with an SLA printer, or an SL printer. And he's saying it's not going to be as pricey as the Form 1. So it's going to, like, rest in peace. Like I said, I'm not shitting on Formlabs by any means. It sounds like I am, but I'm fucking really kind of praising them for helping me out and being lovely. It could have been honestly worse, but I was, original Persa. Oh, the original Persa is $1,600. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad for an SLA. Not big, but it's not bad. But anyway, yeah, they're coming out with a new SL printer, which is pretty much, they're not trying to compete with they're trying to compete with Formlabs, as Tom said on his Twitter, but it's gonna have a shit ton of new features that is, off the market. I don't think, honestly, I don't think anybody can, SLA wise, can perform as a consumer fucking level as Formlabs. But 3D Systems, obviously, because they're a big fucking company. XYZ did try it, making the most affordable one. I think that was under like $1,800 at the time, which is still fucking reasonable for a consumer level, R&D level for us. For model makers, etc. People who run home businesses that are, can't afford big fucking shops. So you need to get what you can. And I find that really fucking intriguing. I mean, I'm still looking at maybe getting it. I'm never going to go back with XYZ, unfortunately. I mean, I would love to get one of their printers. But right now, I'm looking into the SLA from Creality. I'm looking into a few other ones. Something reasonable. But like I said, talking with all the resin stuff, it's very dirty. It's very, very toxic. It's very this and that and the other thing. So if you're going to get into it, really get into it for molding reasons, manufacturing reasons, and talking with Formlabs too, it's like that's what they're like big about too. They're big about manufacturing, which is cool and everything. But my thing with them was like, I want to start R&Ding your resin and shit, because nobody. It's true, because nobody had. I saw a few videos, like 30-second videos on YouTube and a few other things. Nothing on their flexible resin, and then, like, I'm kind of sad about that, because I'm like, yo man, like, show me what it can do, like bend it. And some guy made like what the hell did he make? He made a bookmark. He 3D printed a bookmark, like, that he custom designed in like Fusion 360 or some shit like that. And he's like, look, it's flexible, and it's here, stuff like that. Like, that's cool and everything, but he wasn't really like showing it as a bike handle, as a this, as a bumper, as a, things that I'm looking at medically, and things. So I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? I want to use it. I want to use it for blah. I really want to test it for this reason. I want to like break it in and see what it really can fucking do, because you guys probably don't know what the fuck it can do. You haven't tried it. Well, no, it's like a rubber tire. And I'm like, well, it doesn't sound fucking comfortable at all. Doesn't sound squishy at all in my brain, because it's 100% infill, and that's what SLA printing does. There's no ways it prints 100% no matter what you do. There's no algorithm in the programs, from what I've seen, anywhere with any of the damn printer slicers that can add drainage holes and stuff like that, so it doesn't waste your resin. The resin's not cheap, man. Resin is fucking anywhere from like $90, like I said, to $100. That's really, really pushing some people's budgets too. It's like, okay, with this resin, I can get like 4 prints of this, and be done with it. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it goes. I'm excited to see what the Persa can do. Fucking holy shit. It's mine. I should email them too. I'm emailing everybody, guys. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just like emailing everybody. I'm like, let me try your printer. Let me try your printer. I want to be like, I really just want to try a fucking flexible resin and show the result. I want to see what the comparison is down this road to this road. Is it going to make my life easier? Someone's disability life easier? You know, this is why I started Open Mind. And it's fucked up that I can't. I understand businesses. I really fucking do, because I'm running a business too. And it's like I'm charging people for my work and my thing, and then I'm R&Ding and stuff like that. But at the same time, then it's like good publicity is what every company fucking needs. Because if I'm the one person that's like, hey, you haven't looked in this market, I can throw it to another company that I'm talking with now that does disability parts, for fucking wheelchairs. And that's a big medical market is the biggest fucking market in the world. Don't talk about car manufacturing. Not even talk about manufacturing. The medical industry is the biggest fucking industry in the world. Everybody has a disability somewhere. Everybody's bodies are breaking down. I'm looking into grants, and I just got hooked up with a grant thing today, and I'm not dealing with the company because it's just felt kind of sketchy, so I'm going to email them today. I'm not going to give their names up, but and the one grant that I saw in there was like for medical implants for 3D printing, and you need something flexible, and I'm like, okay, So what does that tell you? In car manufacturing, they got that shit down to a science. What they're trying to do is put shit on a scale to where, in the future, you can just fucking 3D print it and then have it. People see all these flexible stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm really excited for the future of this shit. Where's it going? I have no fucking idea. I can't even keep up with myself. The thing that I am tired of is people aren't talking about certain subjects of a certain filament, a certain resin. This is where I come in. And I'm just like, well, wouldn't it work best as this? Oh no, they've already made a 3D blah 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 blah. It's like, no, they didn't. Where the fuck is it? Where's the results? Where's their testing? Where's their shit? Why aren't they getting their names out there? Why aren't they talking about it? Why aren't they putting the company's name on it? As this is the company. Well, I don't know, and it's sad because like I said, I looked around. I'm looking around for a lot of research. I do a lot of fucking research, sitting on my phone, looking through a lot of things, reading a lot of test things, not seeing it. Like I said again, thanks to NinjaFlex for playing. Like, listen, we haven't thought of this. What are your results? My results have been very fucking promising, very very promising. Is it cost effective? You bet your ass it's cost effective. Is it better than a rubber fucking? Yeah, it is. Sadly, I got new pairs of cartridges. I gotta break those apart. I'm gonna probably put those on Instagram as I'm fucking doing the new hand grips. But I need to sculpt new hand grips. I want to add texture, and that's the problem with the Proto ones that I have that we printed or that I made, and then John made a different set. I gotta have John make another set for me, and has a slipping potential. The thing is, like, if you're gonna do a 3D printing company, you really need to let companies R&D your shit. But the problem with that is, it's like you got to pay for their printer and stuff like that too. But I do like the ecosystem with Formlabs. Like I said, I've watched so many goddamn videos of it. And like I said, if I had the money, if I honestly had that kind of cash, I probably would jump on one right now and have it in my lab. But at the same time, it's very fucking expensive. Even when I sat down and it was like, okay, if we had the money, if we took a loan out and had the money right now, what would we do with it? And I'm like, we do this, and this. To be honest, I'd probably fucking keep my 3D printing. I'd call my friends up, like, listen, you need something resin printed? I got you. I'd start making money back that way as quick as I fucking could. To iterate some things for them. Some masks, parts, belts, things so they can start molding. Would they want to pay the price for the resin? I don't know. I don't know. I'm still looking down that road, but my thing with R&D research is, how is it going to affect the average Joe? Can an average Joe take this at home, print it, and then have it? That's something we talked about also with her. She's like, well, with the 3D models that you're making, do you want to, like, can they order them from you, or are you going to put them online so people can actually buy them from you? And that's something that we've kind of looked at too. I was like, later on, I want to kind of have them on stock, but I don't want to have them like ready to go too, because I want to talk with the client or person that's in need and be like, hey, what do you need, man? Here's what I found out with the stuff. Here's what this does. Here's what that does. What do you need in general? And um, that's kind of what OpenMind is. It's kind of like, well, I want to custom make shit on the go. I'd like to have the 3D crutch that we're trying to design. I'm trying to design. I gotta have John jump on with me because he's a structural engineer. He knows more than I would about certain sequences and parts that would be needed. Um, I would like, and our goal is to make it cost effective where an average Joe can afford it. He can print average parts for it if needed. He could just go to our website or whatever and be like, listen, OpenMind makes this part. I want it. Or I want to keep rebuilding. I just want to wake up and have fun and do this shit, you know. And the hardest part is like sitting down and paying my goddamn, these special plastic cards that you gotta, borrow money from. That's the hardest part of paying these fuckers back. It's just like, okay, well, I need to make funds to pay this back, and you gotta work and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I see in the future that we have a catalog and you can order shit right from there. And there's companies that do that now too, such as Shapeways. And now 3D Hubs is now going to bigger manufacturers, so we all been kicked out of their site if you're a hobbyist or even a R&D maker like myself. Um, so it's kind of like, okay, well, what do I do? So when you're R&D testing, you kind of have, like I said, you go in and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to 3D print some shit for people, like, Alan, Lincoln over to Monkey, or this person needs a part, I'm going to fucking charge them this for this, you become, you got to charge just right, but you got to charge to keep yourself afloat too, but obviously give them quality fucking prints, and that's the thing, the one thing with me is I like giving quality, quality and best customer service I can. I've been working in customer service for fucking eons now. So I understand what the customer needs, and it's hard to be running a company like this where it's like nothing exists, And then you have companies that are like making the D programs and softwares, and they're like, hey, yeah, we don't fuck with you, and it's sad. It's become a numbers game too. It's because they look at your numbers, your traffic numbers, and you're this and you're this, and go, yeah, this person, yeah, it's not getting enough fucking traffic for me. But the problem is they don't see the other numbers. They don't see the other people you're going to be talking to, and that's the sad part. I really wish people would take a fucking chance, especially with myself. Other companies, at least give us a fucking shot. And if we, what's the worst you fucking lose? You didn't lose your product. The person that is borrowing it, is using it for a quick second, and we're like, that was really fucking cool. Thank this company for allowing me. That's free fucking advertisement, for any company. It's like, oh, I have to give them a product. Yeah, you do for fucking product review. That's what they call a product review. But I wanted to break it, I kind of want to break their systems and go, let me try this with your product. Let me try that with your product. Did you know their product could print this? Did you know their product could actually do this fucking prototype? Oh, really? Oh, I want to get one now. Like I said, again, I don't see why companies don't look down that road and understand that road. But we'll see. Like I said, it's been a great week. It's been fun talking with, them. And like I said, I'm very grateful that they offered an opportunity for me to send my prototypes over so I can see what it would be like under the cost effectiveness of their, their parts, their resins, so we can get a better understanding of cost effectiveness later down the road. And like I said, even talking with my buddies the other day, and they're like, how'd the meeting go and stuff like that. And even they went, how much would they quote you? And I said, oh, it's $5,000. I mean, that's what they recommended me get, the cleaner and this and this and this. I said it didn't come on the menu when I went to go order it from, there. It came up to about $3,600 for the flex resin. And like I said, even if I had one right now, an SLA printer, I would have to think about my whole R&D phase because I'd have to go, okay, well, it would take me weeks to figure out, especially resins being so goddamn expensive as it is, and going, well, okay, I need to find now another resin, I need to find this, I need to look down this. It's the same avenue I'm going down towards the FDM market. I'm going to so many filament companies like, hey, let me try your filament, let me see how it works, and giving them a lot of feedback and saying, well, this prints better at this time, this is the speed it prints at, this is the best results I've gotten from your filament. Oh, we didn't know that, In the end, you're giving them the company feedback so they can put on their fucking website the research that you just got for them. It's a win-win either fucking way. But yeah, it was a fun meeting yesterday. Just my opinions on the SLA love. But I looked at the MOI. I looked at a few other ones. Really, really curious on the Creality one because Creality makes such a good fucking printer. And I'm curious about the Pursa too now, because I'm like, what the fuck is this? Um, you know, I think the SLAs are going to go down. I mean, now that I see that the Creality's 500, 600 bucks, that's like a holy shit. It prints only about yay big though, so don't think it's like, whoa, it doesn't print like that. I have been to 3D conventions where I talked to so many goddamn companies and stuff like that, and they showed me a couple printers that are like huge, and I'm like, wow, holy fuck. And you thought Formlabs could fucking, like it put and I go, how much is that printer? And they go, it's that's 600,000. I went, dollars? They went, yeah. I went, holy shit. Well, what they do is they do fucking like, propellers for airplanes, for fucking Boeing, for, Southwest, all these big, aircraft companies. It was cool fucking talking with them and learning. And the stuff that they gave me and a lot of insight that they gave me was to keep my mind open and keep working at it. You know, they said without, you and other people, we wouldn't, this shit wouldn't be around. So keep at it. And which is very nice coming from a lot of these makers, designers, engineers, you know, that was very beautiful for them to say to me and keep me fucking motivated. They're like, you're going to find your niche and you've already found your niche. It's just getting your shit out there and keeping yourself motivated to keep doing it, you know. But, yeah, I'm kind of really hoping a company takes a shot with me and starts giving me the opportunity because I have so many ideas, especially on the YouTube channel and getting this stuff out there for them. At least giving me a shot with your goddamn printer. If I gotta pay the damn shipping or whatever, I'll pay it. I would highly appreciate it. I don't ask for much, and like the only company that's honestly ever helped me out was NinjaFlex because I threw it out to them. It took me a while. I literally had to buy a new printer to make it run, and it was the Robo, and Robo. Yeah, they were helpful. I mean, a little, but they still gave me like a fucking standard coupon, which was like I think it saved me on shipping a little bit, but the printer was about $7.99, and now it goes for 500, and that's what it should have went for, man. But I'm still fucking burned on how much that cost me. Still burned on the price, man. That hurt. That still hurts. uh, yeah, it still burns. It still fucking burns. But the printer, the Robo, I'm in love with it. It runs great. It's easy to code over. It's easy to mod. But now that the Creality is kind of out, I play with a lot of those, and my minis, and they run fucking great too. And it's just like, man, this is where the world's coming to. And it's sad to see that the company that I really loved in the beginning was XYZ Printing because of the price and the time, but they really have lost themselves as a printing company that's let's go here, let's do this. But now they've gotten to a bigger manufacturing, into larger manufacturing, which I heard nothing about. I'm not even keeping tabs on XYZ. They're making a lot of gimmick printers too. This printer does this, printer can print with color, this printer can do this. And I'm like, cool. I mean, to be honest, I honestly would like a printer to do dual extrusion, and that's pretty much for the infill water soluble, which I have not played with. I think I'm going to call a company and see if I can try it because I kind of want to see how that actually functions, but I don't have a dual extruder printer. I can hook the Robo up to do it, and I'll probably be the only one to do it because of the way you can actually modify. Like I said, that's why I like Robo. I just don't like what I paid for it. I'm going to keep saying that to the end of the day I live because I'm just like, fuck. Because I'm like, all this for $700, and I'm just like, fuck. But I don't regret it. I mean, I do fucking regret it in some area. It hurt a lot. But the water soluble, I think that's cool as fuck for the dual extrusion. I think more companies need to look into that because that's really cool where it can change production time and prototype time to where you can take your CAD or from Fusion 360 to SolidWorks, your home office and bring that into your job site and go, okay, it didn't work this way, and then you can drop it in the water and all the fucking support material it vanishes. It turns into liquidy fucking white mess comes out. It's fucking clean. You can throw it onto a prototype part, throw it into your engineers and say, hey, okay, this part works for here. Let's now make this into metal or fucking get a machine to do blah blah blah. So I really think that's a really cool iteration of that. I haven't played with it, but I would like to try. but yeah, like I said, it is what it is. Companies really, I wish, like I said, I wish would take more chances. And I kind of wish a lot of YouTubers would fucking stop. Oh, I got this review. I got this for review. I got this review. I'm like, fucking no. When I ask for something, nobody fucking wants to even get fucking near us. Not even to like, be like, hey, we know you're not a big channel, or we know you're not big into this yet, but let's give you a shot. Let's see what you got, kid. And um, I think it's what it is. If they can't, and I think Kevin Hart said it smart today because I listened to watch a thing on Facebook. He was talking about like Cat Williams said something, and he said, he goes, man, fucking Netflix just gave me $40 million to fucking get numbers. He goes, no, I kept my fucking mouth shut. He goes, like, I kept my mouth shut. Netflix believed in me, gave me 40 million, and the way that they look at it as a fucking business, what is my return? What is my return on this? Kevin's gonna probably drive. He's probably gonna drive fucking, I don't know how many fucking views. So we'll have more than enough views. We'll get all that back, and then some. He'll probably do a fucking like 2 hour, 3 hour special. It will be fucking top notch. People will be talking about it. It will probably be fucking on YouTube. It will be like, hey, catch out this fucking special. We don't have to more. They got their money's worth. People, it pays for the cameras, it pays for their thing, and it takes about 40 million. Yeah, it's gonna take, they can order a big fucking stadium and film it there with high definition cameras. So I understand, that mindset of a company is like, okay, it's profit over everything. At the same time, take a chance with little guy and let that little guy kind of work for you. It saves you. Honestly, it saves the company on fucking marketing. It really saves company on marketing to be like, okay, here, we'll give you this, but you can't keep it. But use it for a little while, let us know what you think, and then give it back to us. So, in the end, what the fuck did they lose? They didn't lose a goddamn item. They're pretty much stealing your work for free. They're allowing you to use their product. So it's it's interesting. I don't understand the logic. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off for this episode. But yeah, sorry for the rambling and kind of like shitting on a few things and SLA and stuff like that. But that's how the meeting went. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much. It was exactly what I expected, and yeah, yeah. So for people out there who are trying to go into like formlabs or some of these companies, just be very, very just know you might not get help, but they're willing to sell you something. But not shitting on any of these companies. They work their asses off to get where they are, and they're gonna stay there. But if you're looking to get the form sample thing, definitely do it. Check it out. If you have the money, if you have the financing in your budget, go for it. Go for it. Or maybe look down some other avenues, like I'm trying to do. Is look down some other avenues. I'm trying to find something. Like I said, I want to see printers, becoming the home, the makerspace. The makerspaces, the hobbyist spaces, fucking need it because the one place that I work with, or the one page I work with on Facebook, they need that. They're like any maker, calling any makers, like any fucking hobbyist engineers, people that work for bigger companies are working with this fucking site in France to help make parts for the disabled for those it's pro bono pretty much. We're taking our time. We're working on somebody's like put a model up and we're like, how will this work? Does anybody know? And one of the engineers from my he didn't say what company he was with. It's a pretty fucking big one though, because this guy just went boo boo boo, and he goes, you might want to try this, and then he was like, cool. So it's crazy, it's crazy how engineers and taking time out of their lives to be like, hey, this industry, the medical industry, is the biggest industry. We need to fucking start looking into it, because a lot of companies that are making sadly their fucking products are getting shittier and shittier. And I won't say which ones. I won't say which ones that I have now that I'm using daily that suck dick. Just design. It just hurts. It hurts my hands. Hurts my fucking arms. It's like, why isn't this like this? So down the road, coming to you guys hopefully soon. When I get down to sitting down, modeling it, and sculpting it, just 3D printed crutch tips probably, more than fucking likely. The hand grips, obviously, and then a few other things that I kind of want to work on, because it's like these need to be under for me, but how does it benefit those with disabilities, those daily use veterans who are fucking coming back from war, stuff like that. They need products that they can afford, because insurance, like I said, day one since we started up mine, insurances don't cover shit, and insurance companies are getting more and more expensive. Like, hey, we don't cover that. Good luck at getting that out of your pocket. So my goal with OpenMind, and still with OpenMind, is to make shit affordable for disabled and enabled fucking bodied. That way if you're home, you're in a fucking remote location, you have a 3D printer, you have fucking blah, you can print these parts from us, in pro bono. If we charge a small fucking fee for a maker fee, you still have parts that you can put together in your fucking house, so you can get around, or somebody in your family can get around, and you'll know it's been well tested because we've been testing it. It's called the fucking R&D. Anyway, I'm fucking rambling. I can't stop, guys. This has been my week. I just can't understand how hard it is. I just, can't stand how hard it is to fucking just, I don't know, for some companies to be like, hey, go ahead and test our shit. What you just said that is the truth with me, though. It's just like, this is where I see the future, You're in Alaska and shit, and you got a 3D printer, 3D resin, 3D filament, and, you're in a fucking remote location. You got a little fucking computer, you just grab the file, print it, and then put it together. And here you go. These are the things I think of, guys. It's just so fucked up that companies are just like, yeah, no, you don't use our printer. Don't even test it. Don't even look at it. Yeah. It's still stupid. It's so stupid. Anyway, if anybody knows some awesome companies for me to get a hold of, link down below in the description, openmindindustries.com or at Gmail. I'll put a link there so y'all can fucking go to our email. Or just hit our page, man. I would highly appreciate it. Or just hop on our Twitter, Instagram, and be like, dude, here's where you can go. I know a company maybe you can talk with. This is the shit I think of. This is why I love doing Open Mind. That's why I love doing a podcast. I can just get the shit out of my brain. I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting into resin printing if it does happen in the future. Also, I'm looking into some grants. I don't even know where to fucking start with that. Like I said, I went to a company today that does research or whatever, and they charge like a small fucking fee, and something didn't feel right, man. The guy, I'm not gonna name a gentleman, but I got a phone call on the phone today, and I'm just like, his dog was barking in the background, so obviously he was at home, and he's telling me about the thing. He's like, hey, so he's reading off his company script, obviously. And he's like, yeah, so da-da-da-da, we just need the last word. It's a credit card number that you applied with. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to give that just yet because I don't feel confident in this research and development. No, but if you do that, we unlock a lot more stuff for you to find. And I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't. I was like, I'm looking at grants right now, but it doesn't. Nothing feels concrete with this. I mean, you pay more money, you get more money. I mean, the problem. I looked at these companies up to the BBB, and they had a C plus rating. So. And a lot of their complaints were for fucking, I guess, like one grant wasn't going through yet. Somebody did get a grant, but they ended up getting a recurring billing cycle, which people didn't read the fine print. Like, I read the fine print, which was, you sign up with this company, they help find, grants for you, and and they teach you how to, like, write, stuff. I got friends that can fucking write my grant paper if I fucking need it, It's like, I can pay them the money and be like, here, you want to get your fucking name on? Boom, do it. And they will, but the company charges, I think, like $34 a month just for like grant research. They keep looking at grants for you and stuff like that. And they keep applying. And my attorney, who did our trademark, like recommended I need to start looking into grants too, because he's like, the shit you're doing, you need to start looking into grants. It would really help you out and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I can't afford all this shit. No, we can't. And but he's like, no, man, start looking into grants. I don't even know where to fucking start. So if anybody has an idea where to start, honest to goodness, like, where to start. If anybody offers pro bono work, please let me know. I'm really looking forward to like getting into the shit. I will gladly push your shit to anybody, or if you're trying to you're an office or a real grant person who's trying to like really get your shit off the ground and try to get your office, I will fucking promote you for free. I don't even give a shit how I gotta do it, but I'm willing to do that. So if anybody's willing to help out Open Mind and help out, because I'll be throwing that shit to other people that really could use your assistance too. So. But I would highly appreciate it. So anyway, guys, keep an open mind. Have a great week. Yeah, that's about it. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.